Kia ora, this is Arun Jacob, your friendly and frank licensed New Zealand immigration advisor, as well as education counselor who loves to create education and migration pathways for young students from different parts of the world. As you guys and girls who follow my work know that I love to give video answers to questions, good questions that are asked in our forum, whether it is on Facebook or on YouTube. Today's question is from somebody called Sagar Patel, and it's a pretty long one, so I'm going to read it and try and answer it in parts as well. So you will need to bear with me and be a little patient, but here it goes. Hello, sir. I have completed my graduation in mechanical engineering from India. Scored 7.0 bands in IELTS. Good background. Mechanical engineering is good. And if you got a 7.0 in IELTS, that's also a very good level of English. I'm looking forward to getting admission into graduate diploma level 7, 1-year course in mechanical engineering at Manukau Institute of Technology, which is the only institute in New Zealand providing the specific course according to my research. 2-3 things in that particular sentence. Sagar, you definitely sound like a guy who's done your research because you've picked on the graduate diploma level 7, 1-year course, which is fantastic. Not a lot of people really know what is a graduate diploma versus postgraduate diploma and those kinds of things. I've seen that you've also zeroed in on Manukau Institute of Technology, which is very good because it is an institution owned by the government of New Zealand. So you are assured of a very high credibility and good delivery of courses from MIT, as it is called here in New Zealand. I've been to MIT quite a few times in the course of my work, and I can tell you that it is an amazingly well laid out and well taken care of and well administered institution. In fact, I did a short course in MIT a few years back in business, so I would strongly advocate MIT as an alumnus myself of this institution. I have heard this fact from many people frequently that there are very few chances to get job in the field of mechanical engineering in New Zealand. Is it true, sir? Well, now this is the one. These are the kind of statements that I completely disagree with. And you've written that I have heard this fact from many people. Now, if it is a fact that there are not enough opportunities in New Zealand in mechanical engineering, the government of New Zealand is not stupid, or it is not foolish enough to include mechanical engineers into our long-term skill shortage area. The people who are probably cribbing about not being able to find work in this particular area are possibly the incompetent ones who are not able to go beyond their own incompetencies and find work in New Zealand. If anything, these kinds of statements from people will come from those frustrated people who come to New Zealand, and especially from international students who come to study and they have this big aspiration of finding employment and then going to get their residency. And the fact is there is only 19% of international students who actually transition from course into work and into employment and further into residency. So there's a large chunk, about 81%, who are going back disappointed. So there are a lot of people who are saying things like that. But the bigger question is whether you belong to that 81% of losers or whether you belong to the 19% of winners. I think that's where you need to slot yourself in. Just so far from reading your profile, you've got a background in mechanical engineering, you've got a good English score, you've done a good research. To me, it already indicates that you're a guy who's serious and who probably will fall into the 19% bracket and not into the 81% of losers. So that's the reason I'm also taking the effort of coming back to you with a video answer. And just so that you're aware, AJV, we are also very, very strict in our screening. And we don't pick every Tom, Dick, and Harry who comes and says, hey, look, send me to New Zealand just because it's going to put some money into our bank account. We don't do that. We are deliberately picking and choosing and working with good quality students so that we can see them through the entire journey of education, work, and residency in New Zealand. So if we decide to work with you, trust me, you're probably already passing the first few layers of scrutiny from a New Zealand-based organization, which is saying you are good enough to become our client. So in itself is an endorsement of your qualities. Right. Now, the next question is, I do not want to get admission in any business or management courses, which people are suggesting me to do for New Zealand. Now, that's another indication of how smart you are. you've realized that you would rather focus on your technical skills of being a mechanical engineer, and you're going away from the temptation of jumping into a business course, which a lot of foolish people again advocate and tell young engineers like you. So I'm very, very pleased that you're not choosing that and sticking to your technical side of things. So that's a big thumbs up for you. I have been in mechanical field, which is a technical line, so I want to stay in this line only. Uh, will there be job opportunities for me after pursuing my mechanical engineering? As I told you, mechanical engineers are in the skill shortage area of New Zealand. It won't be a cakewalk. It's not like a bed of roses where you finish your course and immediately somebody comes and says, "Oh, here's a job." You'll have to slog your way through the applications, the interview calls, and sitting there and convincing them. So you have a whole 1 year in New Zealand to adapt yourself to becoming more in tune with the New Zealand environment. So, and we are there to continuously give you onshore support and guidance and advice, and also help you to network with some of our other students who have already gone on to become successful in this line of activity. So, yeah, all those combinations put together should help you to be successful. Will there be any difference for PR points regarding courses I pursue between graduate, diploma, postgraduate, and masters? Good question. Not a lot of difference. There is a very small difference. I think what is most important is that you finding employment after you completing this course is going to be the key element in you getting that eventual residency. And so the focus should be on finding employment after you complete your course. And as far as employment is concerned, the employers are not really concerned whether you are going to be a graduate diploma holder or a postgraduate diploma holder or a master's degree holder. So employers are only concerned in an interview to see whether you have the right skills, attitude, and knowledge to be able to serve their organization. And once you get a job in hand, then you pretty much would be comfortably crossing that threshold of getting the required number of points to make a resident visa application. So those are all your questions, and I hope I've answered them. It was a long list of questions, and this was a long answer, but hopefully it will not only help you, Sagar, but I hope it will also help a lot of other young people who have similar questions in their mind. Keep the questions coming. I'll be happy to make a lot more other videos. And thanks, guys, for all your support. It's been a lot of fun making these videos, and look forward to seeing you in New Zealand. Kia ora.